All right, well, I think we got a break in the weather, so I'm going to try to smoke these today. They were brined for a couple of days. They were air drying in the fridge for a couple of days. This is my fantastic Alaskan black cod, otherwise known as sable fish on the East Coast. On the West Coast, it's Alaskan black cod. A couple of things about the smoker, though. If you have a smoker that's fired with charcoal or wood at home, you're going to have a real hard time doing this because it's going to be difficult to keep the temperature low enough. This isn't going to be purely raw fish the way lox is, but nor is it going to be hard smoked the way salmon or halibut or even whitefish would be. We want this to stay very moist, very juicy, just barely cooked. I've got an electric smoker where the smoke generator is separate from the thing that makes the heat and cooks the food. I've actually unplugged the part that cooks the food, so I've got just smoke, cold smoke, coming out of the smoker. Even so, it's going to get fairly warm in there. It'll get up to maybe 140, 150, which is about as high as I want it. Normally you would hot smoke at about 200, 225, something like that. But in this case, I'm keeping it very cool. I'm also not letting it preheat for an hour and generate a lot of smoke and heat the way you would normally do it when you put food into the smoker. I've just turned it on. It's only been on a few minutes. It's not even generating that much smoke yet, but it will in just a few minutes. So right now we're going to go out and put this into the smoker. It's now just under 100 degrees in the smoker, and I'm going to put this in. You can see there's just a tiny bit of smoke coming now. One more thing is the water pan in this smoker is cold water only. Normally with a turkey or something, I might do hot water to get the temperature up. I want the temperature down real low. I'm going to watch this really carefully and go maybe 2 hours on this at about 140. If the smoker gets above 140, I'm going to take the fish out and let it cool down because I don't want it to overcook. It's going to be great. Well, it's been a little over 2 hours in the smoker for the fish, so we're going to take it out now and see how we did. Oh, wow. You can see very moist and juicy. Nice smoke color, beautiful. Well, as you can see, it's got a very nice smoke color on it. It's not that bright red that barbecued cod is in the delis, but that's a thing of the past. It's very moist, very juicy. You can see there's still plenty of moisture on it. It's got a beautiful smoky smell to it, and it's firm and fully cooked, but still very juicy, not raw at all. So we're going to put this in the refrigerator, let them chill overnight, and then maybe tomorrow morning we'll try them on a bagel and see how we did. Well, I think our fish is finally ready to eat. As we approach our 6th day of this, it occurs to me this isn't exactly fast. But it is worth it because it's terrific stuff, and you can make a whole batch of this. It refrigerates very well after it's been smoked. The smoke is a preservative and will help keep it fresh for at least a week in the refrigerator after it's been cooked. And it freezes well too, so you can freeze a whole bunch of it in a Ziploc and pull out a piece at a time the night before as you need it. One great way to eat it is just like lox on a bagel, but you can also roast it in the oven after it's been smoked. You can pan fry it, or you could throw it quickly on the grill. Now the smoking process has completely cooked it. As you'll see, let's cut into it now and see how it looks. There are bones, but the skin comes off very easily all by itself with just a little bit of effort on your part because there's that nice layer of fat under the skin which is now liquefied. And you can just pull it right off the bone and it flakes off beautifully. It's completely cooked, but still extremely moist. You can see, especially here, there's a lot of juice. It's very, very moist and lovely. Okay, you do have to watch out for the bones because you will find the bones in there. They've got these very fine pin bones, but they tend to run in a row and you can pull them all off at once. So this is perfectly boneless, smoked barbecued cod. When I was a kid, we used to like to eat it on a bagel. And we used to do it with just margarine when we thought margarine was actually better for us than butter. So you could put a little bit of it right on the bagel with a little bit of butter. Spread it out just a little bit. It's like lox in that it's sort of salty, but it is cooked. It's not completely raw like lox. So that looks good, and just a simple slice of tomato is all you need. However, if you wanted to get a little more elaborate with it and give it the full lox treatment, you could certainly do that on cream cheese. Nice slice of onion and a little bit of tomato, just like that. Wonderful smoky flavor, a little salty, a little sweet, just like a really good lox or otherwise smoked salmon might be. Fantastic stuff. It takes a while, but it's well worth doing. I would urge you to try this. Really great stuff.